$2,436,050 for regular instruction for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Thank you. Is there a second? Did I hear?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Neely, do you care to make any comments first, or?
Hi. I think it's very straightforward. We've worked with the warrant committee and the town council. The only change that you'll notice in the budget is that there is an additional teacher for the response to intervention and 504, which is students who are at risk. And there's a slight less than 10% increase to music because we've increased our music program, which has been great. So I think that's about it.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It's a vote. Article D, Education Budget Expenditures, Special Education. To see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for special education for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015 and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $1,199,081 for special education for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? You ready for the question? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. Article E, Education Budget Expenditures, Career and Technical Education. To see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for career and technical education for this fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015 and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $0 for career and technical education for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Article F, Education Budget Expenditures, Other Instruction. To see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for other instruction for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015 and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to spend $535, that is, for other instruction for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Article G, Education Budget Expenditures, Student and Staff Support. To see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for student and staff support for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015 and ending June 30, 2016.
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $565,038 for student and staff support for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Article H, Education Budget Expenditures, System Administration. To see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for system administration for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015 and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $121,907 for system administration for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Article I, Education Budget Expenditures, School Administration, to see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for school administration for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015, and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $356,954 for school administration for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Article J, Education Budget Expenditures, Transportation and Buses, to see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for transportation and buses for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015, and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $248,510 for transportation and budget buses for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Article K, Education Budget Expenditures, Facilities Maintenance, to see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for facilities maintenance for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015, and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $592,183 for facilities maintenance for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Article L, Education Budget Expenditures, Debt Service, and Other Commitments, to see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for debt service and other commitments for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015, and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $0 for debt service and other commitments for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Article M, the ayes have it. Thank you. Article M, Education Budget Expenditures, All Other Expenditures, to see what sum the school committee is authorized to expend for all other expenditures for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015, and ending June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to authorize to expend $95,000 for all other expenses for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2015, and ending June 30th, 2016.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Article N, we are required to do a hand count when we get to the vote on this one. It is the Education Budget, Essential Programs and Services, to see what sum the voters of the town of Bar Harbor will appropriate for the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act. The state recommends $3,939,474. And to see what sum the voters of the town of Bar Harbor will raise as the town's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act in accordance with the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20A, Section 15688, for the period July 1, 2015 to June 30, 2016. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move as presented by the moderator.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, we will take the vote. I presume the clerk would like you to hold up your voting cards if you're in favor, and then if you're against. So now we're voting in favor. Hold them up and keep them up in time for the counters to complete their job. I think for this section seated on the floor, we're done. And as Pat goes by you, you can put your cards down. You guys are stuck for a few minutes.
I thought Pat got us. Thank you, Pat.
Now, anyone who wishes to vote no, please hold up your card. Seeing none, do we have a total? $164 affirmative votes. The motion passes. The next article is Article O, and on this one, we will need a written ballot required by the state. The article is the Education Budget Tax Cap Override to see what sum the voters of the town of Bar Harbor will raise and appropriate in additional local funds for school purposes for the period July 1, 2015 to June 30, 2016, which exceeds the state's essential programs and services allocation model as required to fund the budget recommended by the school committee. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to raise and appropriate $1,531,210 in additional local funds for school purposes for the period July 1st, 2015 to June 30th, 2016, which exceeds the state's essential programs and services allocation model by $1,447,307.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Or does anyone have a question on what we're just about here? Seeing none. Pat, would you like to give the voting instructions, please?
Sure, if we could have the two lines formed down the center, we'll carry this up and pass to each ballot. You rip off your vote, deposit the vote in the ballot box, the other you can discard in the little black container.
Thank you, Pat.
Oh, so we just put in a yes right now.
Oh, yes, right?
Give me a bundle for feedback.
Lou's making sure his TV doesn't get stolen.
I'll wait for the discussion. I did.
Did you count how many ballots you gave him? Sorry, was chit-chatting.
Just tell me, he's putting some photovoltaic cells up on his barn, his garage. Yeah, the guys are coming, they put the inverter in today, they're gonna put the panels on tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, we thought about our roof, but decided, well, the guy who did it strongly advised us to put him on the ground. For some reason.
Gary's got his on his barn.
Yeah.
Nice,
I saw that. Yeah.
nice barn. Hey,
I know.
damn. Woo!
Yeah, that's
It looks like he has
an ambitious project.
Yes. It looks like he has a solar greenhouse on the side.
The nice thing about our panels on the ground, we can clean them off.
Yeah.
Clean the snow off in the winter. And you have, the problem with putting them on a roof is the roof and the panels are going to need to be replaced at different times. So I see that as being problematic. What happens if you need a new roof?
Yes.
It's the obvious place to put them.
Yeah, where you can get out. Yeah.
Has everyone cast a ballot who wishes to? Is there anyone else who needs a ballot or has not put a ballot in the box? All righty. We will proceed with counting of those. And the rest of us will go back to business at hand.
Yes, sir.
Next article is Article P. We will also need a hand count on this vote. It is the education budget total expenditures, to see what sum the voters of the town of Bar Harbor will authorize the school committee to expend for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2015 and ending June 30, 2016, from the town's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, non-state funded school construction projects, additional local funds for school purposes under the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20A, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of schools. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to recommend the article as read by the moderator.
Second.
Thank you. The amount of that being $5,700,258. Any discussion? All right, we are going to do another hand-counted ballot. The clerk now has 3 countings in motion, but she's going to rise to the occasion.
Yes, do I have 2 volunteers in the audience to help count?
Watch out for this guy.
So, okay, you do the bleachers, and Justin, you do those sitting here, and those behind.
All right, are you ready for the question? All those in favor of Article P, please hold up your voter's card. Are there any opposed? Please hold up your voter's card if you're opposed to the motion on Article P. Seeing none, do we have a tally?
Total 153.
153 votes in favor. The article passes. Thank you very much. Article Q, Education Budget, State, Federal, and Other Funds. In addition to the amounts in Articles C through P, shall the school committee be authorized to expend such other sums as may be received from state or federal grants or programs or other sources during the fiscal year 2015-2016 for school purposes, provided that such grants, programs, or other sources do not require the expenditure of other funds not previously appropriated. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move that in addition to the amount in Articles C through P, the town appropriate and authorize the school committee to expend such other sums as may be received from state or federal grants or programs or other sources during the fiscal year 2015 through 2016 for school purposes, provided that such grants, programs, and other sources do not require the expenditure of other funds not previously appropriated.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on this article? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The article passes. Article R, Public Safety Building. Shall the town of Bar Harbor authorize the town council to provide for masonry improvements for its downtown area, said project known as the Public Safety Building renovations, to include the following: repairs, replacement, and renovations of its building envelope, including all failing masonry and brick stonework; renovations that the council may deem necessary or appropriate due to issues that are revealed during the course of construction; other activities that are reasonably related to the project; appropriate the sum of $400,000 to provide for the costs of said project, including engineering, design work, and transaction costs, and authorize the treasurer and chair of the town council, acting pursuant to the provisions of 30A MRSA Section 5772, to issue general obligation securities excuse me, of the town of Bar Harbor with or without call provisions and with or without premium, and including temporary notes in anticipation of the sale thereof in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $400,000, and to delegate the discretion to fix the dates, maturities, interest rates, denominations, places of payment, form, and other details of said securities, including execution and delivery of said securities on behalf of the town of Bar Harbor, and to provide for the sale thereof to the treasurer and share of the town council. And you'll find the financial statement in your warrant. Is there a motion?
Warrant Committee recommends, and I move to authorize the town on this article as read.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you. Is there any discussion, or would you like a word of explanation?
Give a word of explanation.
Please. Thank you, Chief.
Matt Bartlett, Fire Chief of the town of Bar Harbor. We noticed at the fire station, which was built in 1911, that we started to have some cracking in the exterior of the building, mainly in what's called the old hose tower, and around some of the windows. So we brought in Scott Whitaker from Building Envelope Specialist to come in and do an assessment of the building and take a look at what needs to be done and the extent of some of the cracking and some of the masonry items that need repair. Like I said, the building was built in 1911, and we feel like these repairs will help keep that building going long into the future. And I'd like to introduce Scott, who can give a little overview of what's wrong and what needs to be repaired.
Thank you. Mr. Whitaker?
So we initiated a study in the fall of last year and found that the building is in fair condition for its age. We have areas where the original mortar is reached its peak of its age and is now starting to rinse away out of the joints, which is typical in a masonry building of this age. We have other areas where moisture has infiltrated the granite banding stones around some open joints up above, has loosened the veneer at the base of the hose tower, and has caused some additional cracking in around. We have areas of the building, especially over where the original steel lintels are that are unpainted, that now have reached their peak of their life, and the steel is delaminating, which is expanding and putting pressure on the bricks around, which are fracturing those. And we have other areas of the building up at the parapet level where it's exposed to the maximum effect of the weather, and we have areas where water has infiltrated the parapets through the open joints, loosened some veneer, some brick veneer up there, and has entered some other areas of moisture infiltration. All very repairable. You're catching the building at the right time to do this, because if you let it go, you'll have the economy's turning, costs will be more as the deterioration increases, so it's really the perfect time to address these issues at the building.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. Are there any questions or any discussion on the motion?
Jeff Schuler, I would like to find out how long for the price will this repair last?
That's a really great question. Generally what we find is that when we do a comprehensive repair, as we've outlined on the detailed drawings that we've got now, this repair should be with some regular inspections, one at the 1 year mark, then every 5 years inspecting that. You're probably going to spend a little bit of money on flashing and details 25 years out, but the core of the repair should last anywhere from 50 years plus.
Thank you. Any other discussion? You ready for the question? All those in favor of Article R, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? It's a vote. I'll give you the tally on Article O, which was the education budget tax cap override. 139 in favor, 8 opposed. The article passes. Article S. We have a technical perfection on this article. There is a simple cut and paste error in putting the words together. So I am going to read the article, We will get a motion in a second, and then I'm going to give the floor to Mr. Dargis to propose an amendment to correct that. You will have the opportunity to discuss both motions, as always. Article S is a water main replacement of Route 3. Shall the town of Bar Harbor, 1, authorize the town council to provide for water main improvements for its Route 3 corridor area from Ireson Hill to West Street? Said project, known as the Route 3 water main replacement, to include the following: repairs and replacement of its distribution mains, including all connecting services, hydrants, and inline gate valves, relocation of mains, other activities that are reasonably related to the project. Number 2, appropriate the sum of $1,700,000 to provide for the costs of said project, including engineering, design work, and transaction costs. 3, authorize the treasurer and chair of the town council, acting pursuant to the provisions of 30A MRSA Section 5772, to issue general obligation securities of the town of Bar Harbor with or without call provisions and with or without premium, and including temporary notes in anticipation of the sale thereof, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $1,700,000. And number 4, delegate the discretion to fix the dates, maturities, interest rates, denominations, places of payment, form, and other details of said securities, including execution and delivery of said securities on behalf of the town of Bar Harbor, and to provide for the sale thereof to the treasurer and chair of the town council. And you will see the financial statement on this article written in the warrant. Is there a motion?
The warrant committee recommends, and I move to pass this Article S as read by the moderator.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Dargis.
Yes, I move to delete the text $400,000 from the last sentence in section 3 and replace the text with $1,700,000.
700,000.
700,000.
Yes.
I'm sorry, $1,700,000. This motion is written incorrectly. I should fix it, I guess.
Okay.
I'm reading
so everybody
the correct
clear
amount
on
is
that?
$1,700,000, but it was written incorrectly in front of me. Should I correct this? We have a
Yes, please.
double
All right,
jeopardy.
is
The
everybody
correction
clear
is in-
on this?
The correction is incorrect. So my
is the-
motion, I'll make it again. I move to delete the text $400,000 from the last sentence in section 3 and replace the text with $1,700,000.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion to amend? Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion to amend?
I could
Go ahead.
just explain that it's just a typographical error. Obviously, the intent of this article was to appropriate and to borrow the amount of $1,700,000. And the third paragraph, the text $400,000 was just inadvertently put in there. I think that's the amount from a previous article that was copied in there. Just correcting an error.
Thank you. Is there other discussion on the motion to amend? Yes. On the motion to amend or the main motion?
I have a question about the main motion.
All right, can you hold that question for just 1 minute? Don't go back up to your seat. We'll be right with you. Any other discussion on the motion to amend? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, the motion to amend passes, so now we're looking at the main motion as amended with that text in the third paragraph deleted. Sir, you had a question.
I'd like to know what the town of Bar Harbor's bond rating currently is. And the reason I ask that, this is the second bond issue we're voting on this evening, and I'm concerned about adverse impact on our standing and what future costs this might have.
Did you state your name?
I'm sorry. John O'Brien, I live in Bar Harbor.
Thank you very much.
Is my question clear?
It is to
Thank
me. Cornell?
Well, Stan, you can help me, but our rating is a AAA rating. And our amount of outstanding unpaid bonds are within comfort level of bond agencies. I take it.
We do have a AAA rating, and we received that a couple of years ago.
Stan, I know who you are, but would you give your name,
Yeah, my
please?
name's Stan Harmon, the town treasurer. We do have a AAA rating, and it's many governing factors that go into that, but we also have a low borrowing threshold right now where we probably have maybe less than 2% of our gross valuation, and there's a certain factor there. It's got to be less than 7.5%, and we're below 2%. So the capacity to borrow more is certainly there from the agency's point of view. So,
Thank you. Other questions or comments? Seeing none. Pardon me? Yes? No, you may not. I'm sorry.
Stuart Brecker, Bar Harbor resident. I would like to know if someone could explain what the condition of the other utilities on Route 3 in the same area are, and whether or not it would be economical to consider replacing those if necessary at the same time.
Mr. Knight, who would you like to have answer that?
I think Chip can explain how many feet this water line is, how much money this bond will replace the water line.
Thank you. Chip Reeves, Public Works Director. There's approximately 24,730 feet of water main in that section of Route 3 that's there now. We're proposing to replace 9,405 feet of it. There are 8 work areas. Would you like me to go down through all of the work areas?
Sure. Quick show. Want the 8 work areas delineated? Maybe not. Yes? Okay.
I'll be quick. The first one, and these are listed in priority order that we came up with as far as what the Water Division